All right. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Something happened. Okay. Here it is. Happy Sunday. Hello. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday. Hi, Michelle. Thank you. Judy, welcome. Thank you so much. JD, happy birthday. Cheers to you for another trip around the sun. May this year be filled with joy, success, and unforgettable moments. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Um, My birthday is technically tomorrow, but I am doing all of my celebrating, all of the things. Just happy to be here and be on this side of life, considering everything that I've been dealing with. So I am thankful that you all are here. Appreciate you all for being here. I am sitting in. Can you all hear me? Let me double check. I think you all can, but sometimes things aren't always working right. I'm glad you're here too, Michelle. Work hasn't stolen you away. I think you all can hear me. Um, I am actually sitting in a hotel lobby. I am in Charlotte, but needed to get into the city. I am going to. Hi, Sharon. Thank you very much. Okay, you can hear me. I'm happy you all are here with me as well. Um, okay, thank you, Sharon. I appreciate that. Happy birthday, Casey. Thank you so much. Good morning. Hello, Sheena. Thank you. Hey, Tawana. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Thank you from. Thank you so much. Okay, good. You all can hear me. So I was sharing that I am sitting in a hotel lobby in Charlotte. I am going to visit a location for potentially moving my house, and so I needed to move. I'm doing that at 1 o'clock, so I'm gonna probably sign off with you all a few minutes early, and I am close by the site, so I want to get into the city so that I could check this site out. So thank you all very much for joining. Thank you very much, Clamp. 63. Hi, Rachel. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We were supposed to connect. Um, let's talk. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm excited about that. I am excited about my birthday, excited about um, my health is moving in a good direction. And hopefully, this will be the second connection with the person who has this property. She came out to see my house, and so now I'm getting to connect with her and go see her property. I don't think I introduced myself this morning, so let me step back and do that. So, again, welcome to everybody. For those who may be new, my name is Jewel Pearson. And as I introduce myself, I always say that I built a kind of fancy tiny house in 2015. And since that time, I have shared my journey to hopefully inspire others who are interested in the movement. I do offer coaching and consultations to help others in their tiny house journey, and you'll be able to find those links to schedule with me in the video description below. And as I'm doing that, I also like to serve up a lot of representation in the movement along the way. I want us to see ourselves in this movement and be able to also be successful in this movement. If you find this video and the information helpful, I hope you will like it, you'll share it, you'll subscribe to the channel, and then turn on the notifications so you'll know when content is live. Okay, so I've gotten that out of the way. I see some new names in the chat, so thank you very much for being here and welcome. Happy Sunday to you all. Hi, Kitty. Hope you are well, Kitty. Hi, Linda. Thank you very much, Kitty. I appreciate that. Hi, Day. Thank you so much. Thank you, Robert. Hey, Rosalind. Hi, Robert. Glad you're here. Yes, thank you, Michelle. I am hoping the site visit goes well too. Um, the interesting thing is that it is in the vicinity of where my house was located, the very first location. When, but it was I was in an RV park in this area. And so this woman has property in that same area. And so it will be almost coming full circle if this works out. So thank you. Um, hoping it goes well. And you're absolutely right. What is for me will be for me. I have said the same thing, which is why I'm trying just to not really push things and just let them flow. Casey is asking, do you have to move your home or is it that you just want to move? No, I don't have to move my home at all. I am on currently where my house is a friend's property. I have been there 3 years now, a little over 3 years. I don't have to move, but I am very um, far out to the point where there's not like food delivery, Uber doesn't come out. I actually had some challenges just recently getting a tire change accomplished just because it is in a rural area. And so that is a little bit frustrating. It has become more frustrating. And then as I have dealt with my health challenges, um, I have wanted to be a little more connected, less isolated. And so that is if you all will remember, I really did not intend to move my house, which is how and why I added the screened-in porch and the sunroom, which are both on piers. They're not on wheels. So to move it is going to be more of an effort. I have no idea of cost, which will also factor into whether it's an option to move. I am speaking it into the universe that it's not going to be cost prohibitive to be able to move it because I do want to move. So just trying to stay on the positive side of all of this, just like Michelle just said, what is for me will be for me. So the option to move and to be able to afford to move and all of those things, I am um, speaking it into existence that all of it will work out. But I don't have to move. I am still welcome on the property, which is a bonus. I just want to. It's my preference to be more connected into the city since my experience in December. It was, I guess, disconcerting is probably my best word to experience a mini stroke and be very isolated and be in the challenge of not being able to get help or to be connected. Um, so I do have so that's the main reason. I'll say that. Hello, WLJ. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much, Rosalind. I appreciate that. Good morning, Judith. Happy you're here. Thank you very much. Happy birthday to you. This is our Leo season. Thank you, Kitty. I appreciate that. Lady Ray. I hope Lady Ray. Maybe I I had to sound it out like I was in third grade. Good morning. Thank you so much. Welcome. Thank you so much. Second interviews, Rosalind is saying second interviews are encouraging. I agree because she came out, um, it's been at least almost a month ago she came out, and that's the same thing I've said. She's had plenty of opportunity to say no after coming out and meeting me and seeing my house. And so I am very encouraged that we're still in this process. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Hi, Glenda, Glamp63. Thank you. It's very nice to meet you. Absolutely. To the best chapter yet to come. That is exactly how I'm feeling. Crystal, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much. Crystal jumped in and is on her job. Thank you so much. And it's not technically her job. It's not her black job. It is something she does for me. So I appreciate you, Crystal. I appreciate that. Thank you, V. Thank you so much. Yes, Rosalind. Rosalind is saying the adjustment of your new normal regarding your health makes moving necessary. Thank you. Rosalind put that together so much better than I could. I did as I was trying to explain it. It is. I agree. That is the best way to say it. And exactly. Crystal said, "Jules, a city girl. I like the city amenities." Absolutely. I have had to put a lot of thought in over the last 3 years, making sure I have groceries and all of the things because there is no Uber Eats or Amazon won't even do the grocery store delivery. Amazon won't even do that. So yes, it is a rural area. I've even had challenges getting Wi-Fi. So it is. And I've been trying to figure out how long I think before the area, because it's like 3 miles in becomes is the city. I'm in the county, which is still the city is still not progressive, and I've been trying to figure out how long I think it'll be before it becomes more progressive. But I think it's a long time coming because they're even not interested in the progression. I see a lot of signs that they're having some county meetings about growth and density and what can be options out in that area. And so I don't think they're really interested in growth in that way. Um, Catherine says, "Happy birthday, sister. I pray you live to see and enjoy many, many more. Today would have been my father's 92nd birthday." That is very interesting because today, the 4th, would have also been my father's birthday. And he would have been, I did the math earlier today, 85. Um, yes, he would have been 85. I lost my father when I was 2, so I don't have memories of him, unfortunately. But he would have been 82 today, so 10 years younger than your dad. And so it's always, um, I feel like with his birthday actually being today and then mine being tomorrow, I feel like we would have been um, um, so much of the same person. And I miss him. I think the older I get, the more I miss him, just having been the influence in my life. So yes, um, and it's also President Obama's birthday today, and I am always reminiscent of the fact that we share, I think, some same energies. Hi, Kathy. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Absolutely, that's exactly what I said, Judith. Every day we wake up is our birthday. I agree with that 100%. Think about that even more as I have been experiencing this navigating this health scenario. I think I'm going to stop seeing challenges. Maybe I'll say new normal, like Rosalind said. So every day absolutely is a birthday and a day to celebrate. Absolutely. Um, uh, yes, shared team. Tomorrow is the national holiday for Montgomery. Absolutely. I was so pleased to have had that happen on my birthday. So I felt like it was so much of what represents my energy. So They'll be okay. They absolutely will be okay. Hi, Cynthia. Welcome to your team. Uh, that's it. Cinco de Agosto. Absolutely. That is too funny. Um, Thank you very much, Sharon. I appreciate that. Rosin is saying, me too, living in rural Georgia for 10 months was mentally draining. It's the farm I'm on is beautiful. I can't take anything away from that, but I am surrounded by um, trees and tall grass. My connections are the cats. As you all know, I'm not becoming the cat lady. They can't come in the house, but they're the feral cats outside who have made me part of their community. We all have a job. I feed them, and they keep away rodents and snakes. Gratefully, I've not seen any since we put together this arrangement. But unless I connect on the socials or have a phone conversation, if I'm at home, I could go for days without seeing another human. Um, and so it is mentally draining. It is the isolation. And the I think connection has been challenged since COVID anyway, and so this is more of a challenge. And from a mental and physical perspective, I absolutely want to be closer into the city. I can honestly say when I first moved out there, it is absolutely where I need it to be, from a point of um, connecting with myself, and kind of um, and it was right after COVID that I moved, a few months after quarantine ended. um, I was actually working on the addition to my house during quarantine, um, parts of quarantine, kind of the end of quarantine. But the opportunity to connect with people, just general interaction, and then the rural area. I've always shared that, kind of the backside of me is where you go and you see more of the Confederate flags and the Trump flags, which the area I don't go in. I tried very hard not to go in when it's dark. Um, it's a different environment, um, and it becomes a little more um, strained, I guess is probably the best word. Like when I'm hanging out in the area, I see folks looking at me and I'm thinking they think I look different. And I'm looking at them thinking, y'all look different. Um, I probably stand out like a sore thumb. It is challenging for me to, um, I don't, I'm very cautious, and on alert because I know the area where I am and I know how I need to be um, aware of for my own personal safety. I think some of the energy shifts from urban spaces in not I think the energy shifts from urban spaces in rural spaces, and people are a little different. People are, I don't want to say a lot different. People are different, and I want to be in spaces where I can be um, 100% unapologetically black and not have to be concerned that my blackness can lead to um, or is more dangerous in the area where I am, and it is more dangerous in the area that I am in, and that's not something that I want for myself for the long term, especially as our climate continues to change. My safety is very important. Hi, Elle. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Um, Cynthia. Oh, oh, thank you, Cynthia. Cynthia said your hair is so pretty. That is, I appreciate that. I feel like my hair is in its young Frederick Douglass stage right now. So I appreciate that because I was in the struggle with it today. I think Frederick was fly. I don't know that I want. Um, I think he. Um, I guess that's not. And I had that conversation with Stephanie. She was like, "Well, Frederick was fly." I agree. I don't know that I wanted my hair to emulate his hair, but that's where I'm feeling like I am right now. But I appreciate that, Cynthia. Uh, I appreciate that a lot. Um, Nancy Annette, thank you so much. Rosalind is saying, I hope the new is space is free from zoning encumbrances. This will be another one of those. We're doing this kind of on the low. Someone's property, get in, not advertise, and keep it going, keep my house's head down. So it is not one of those opportunities where I will be asking for permission. So, but I thank you. That is, it's coming. It's coming. That's the work that I'm going to keep doing. Kathy is saying, I love the fact that your house has wheels and can make changes and moves when you need it to. Absolutely. That is, for me, one of the joys of tiny house living is, and it works so well for me because I often don't feel like I have roots. I remember my house in Atlanta that I lived in for 10 years. I remember going into the neighborhood and sometimes wishing there was another route to get to my house because I wanted to see different things. And so I always think about that, how um, I need uh, change, I guess, a change of scenery. Let me rephrase that because right now some of the other changes that I have going on in my life, I'm in the struggle with. But it is always a joy to me, and always, even with knowing that it's going to be more of a challenge to move my house since I've added the sunroom space onto it. It is always a joy to me to know that I have options, because that's important. And I think that is, I'm not somebody who needs to move my house frequently, but I also know that the option is there for me. If something goes wrong, if something goes down, or if another opportunity comes up, I don't have to sell my house and do all of those things. I can literally move my house, and I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Happy birthday from Chicago. Thank you. My daughter is in Chicago. Thank you very much. Um, Catherine is saying, I totally agree. I'm sure you are your father's daughter. I was 30 when my father transitioned, and I am so him as I approach 62, October 11th. Um, the we keep having these coincidences, or no, they're not coincidences, similarities, I would say. When my father passed, he was actually 30. And growing up as a young person, that didn't register with me until I hit 30. And then as I get older, I just, the fact that so I have a brother that's older than me. So when he passed, he had two kids, and my mom obviously was a widow. But it just hit so hard to recognize how young he was when he passed, like 30 is a baby. Um, and so, yeah, I appreciate that so much. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um, I appreciate that. Um, Thank you, Crystal. Crystal says if you haven't yet signed up for Patreon, please do, and let's make sure she's got the funds and then some for her move. Thank you, Crystal, because I might be on here doing a GoFundMe. That's how much I want to move. So thank you for setting that up. I appreciate that. Um, Ella, you look radiant. Your hair is fabulous as always. You've already spoken everything your heart desires into existence. It is done. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Um, Kathy is saying, "Will you get another puppy anytime soon?" I love cats from a distance myself. I have never been a cat person until I got engrossed in this cat community, and now I'm all in. They still can't come to my house, but those little jokers are something else. And now there are 6 kittens out there, 2 different sets of kittens, and so um, I am engrossed in the community so much to the point of I've gotten eye drops. Some of them end up with um, something happening with their eyes, and I went to the I can't think of the little feed type store, but learned that there were some drops I could get. So I'm often out there catching the kittens and putting drops in their eyes and making sure I get the kittens some food because their mamas just be off in the world. I did, so for anybody who's going to ask, I did look into trying to get them neutered and spayed, and it was like $25 cat, $25 a cat, and I also had to catch them. So all of that went out of the window. There's a lot of cats out there, and that was not in the budget. So I just let them do what they would do if I wasn't there, which is multiply and do their thing. Um, will I get another puppy soon? No. Um, After losing Nina, Nina was kind of, we were in a space, and it worked very well for us. So starting over, trying to travel, also like I've thought about it with being in the hospital and trying to figure out how I could get somebody to care for me, having to the expense of doggy daycare and all of that stuff. It is just not something right now that is on my to-do list or anything that makes sense for me right now. So um, thank you. That's kind of where I am. Thank you so much, Viola. Um, Rosalind is pouring libations for the folding chair. Hi, Lori. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, send some. Let me drop my cash app in there if anybody wants to send some gifts. I thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much. Um, uh, I appreciate you and the love. Um, Multitask and get that right. Thank you, Key. I appreciate that. Um, Let me see. I appreciate that, Crystal. I am going to need some support. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Key. Hi, Key. Welcome. So, Kathy is saying Frederick Douglass was so cool. He was so cool, and I was not taking anything away from Frederick Douglass at all. I just wasn't necessarily sure I was ready for my hair to be in its Frederick Douglass stage. But thank you. Thank you, Viola. I appreciate that. Um, Krista is saying, meanwhile, I'm over here wishing these locks would turn all gray today. Um, I mean, the transition, I love the gray now. I fought it for a long time, where it was happening just really in the center, as you can see. And that's where I had I had the red for such a long time. And then I decided that I was spending way too much time and money trying to color it because I get it colored and it would start looking pink because the gray would um, drown out the red and settle it into a pink. So um, it is what it is. Frederick Douglass today, and we're embracing the Frederick Douglass stage. Thank you. Um, Thank you so much. I'm glad, Catherine. I appreciate that. Um, Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. Um, I think so WLJ is saying, can we put the Cash App on the screen? I dropped the Cash App. Let me see where that is. Um, there we go. There's my Cash App. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate that. Um, AX Fuller saying, I have a cat. That's my girl. She's indoor only. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm guessing cats, um, the cats outside, they are all over everything, all over that. They're so funny. They're all over the table. They will, if I start cooking something, they'll jump up on the AC unit on the outside so they can look in the window and see what I'm doing. I have looked out from my loft and seen them up in the trees because they're just that nosy and they need to see everything that's going on in the house. So they're pretty. There's one tuxedo cat out there, and he's beautiful. Right now, something is happening um, with the males, and I'm always Googling, but they are interesting for sure. Very interesting. Let's see. Thank you, Elle. I appreciate that. Thank you. Bermuda. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Bermuda's on my, I haven't been to Bermuda yet. That's on my to-do list to make it to Bermuda. Kathy, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Um, thank you, thank you. Cats seem to be like rabbits. Oh, and multiplying, absolutely. Absolutely. I've had all of the conversations with them about safe sex and all of the things. It's funny to me to watch them because sometimes the mamas will be off doing whatever, and then another mother in the community will step up and take care of somebody else's kitten. So they're just some interesting characters. But yes, they multiply um, like no joke. It is no joke with them. Um, Thank you, Jocelyn. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Um, Thank you, Tiffany. Um, the fighting the gray was a losing battle, so I just decided to give up. Um, Thank you, Tiffany. Michelle is saying my response for my hair has been gray as a color. I'm not more gray than salt and pepper. Absolutely. Um, I am embracing it for sure. Um, I remember looking at older women with fully gray hair, and like Crystal just said, wishing that um, all of the gray would come in. And I'm not exactly sure at what point it decided to come in, but I do enjoy it. That um, it is a crown, and I like it. It's not as gray in the back, but I do like it. So thank you very much. Um, no cats on the surface. That's what I figure. I'm sure they can be trained because the cats outside, they just are doing everything all over the place. Thank you, Terry. Welcome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, by the way, my daughter said your hair is a Lauryn Hill vibe, not Frederick Douglass. Well, thank you. It's interesting that I have been hearing folks say I look like Lauryn Hill, and I'd heard that before, but I'd heard it when I had locks, when I had my, um, I don't, I think when my locks were dark, I had heard that a lot then, and I assumed it was more of the hair. Um, So I guess it might not be. It might be something about me. Well, thank you. I think she's beautiful. Um, I appreciate you all trying to pull me together with Mr. Douglas because I I absolutely adore what he shared with us, his knowledge, all of the things. So, absolutely was not throwing shade as my hair is um, in its Frederick Douglass stage. Okay, I see the conversation has gone into Frederick's personal life over here. Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate y'all. Um, I Happy birthday. Y'all know I can't multitask. Happy birthday, Jules. So great to see your beautiful face and energy. Thank you. Also, the low key joy you have when talking about your kitty trap always makes me smile. Thanks for sharing. Sending love. Thank you. Um, yeah, the little, I find myself out there looking for 'em um, when I'm gone for a couple of days or being concerned that I am gone for a couple of days, even though I know they can manage themselves. But I know some of them have, especially the babies, are more dependent on me being there, feeding them, because since their mamas be trifling sometimes. But that is not my job. So I have to remind myself that it is the circle of life because I was more invested before and I'd be really concerned when something would happen to them. And I've had to have those conversations with myself that it is the circle of life and um, it is going to be what it's going to be. Um, Kathy, I hope that too. Yeah, the full white. It's always gorgeous. Um, let's see. Crystal is having to get her cat off the counters. Yeah, that's a challenge for me. That would be a challenge for me for an indoor cat. Um, but anyway, I thank you all so much for the birthday love. It is. Um, I'm excited to go see this spot today. Also, very excited that I shared with you all last Sunday that I was putting in my notice. And tomorrow is officially my last day at my previous employer. So when I got the notice about that, I said, okay, happy birthday to me. Um, this is different for me because I have never ever um, quit a job and not had another job lined up. Um, that has part of the responsibility that I have had in life, as a young single mom, and then the responsibility that I've just assigned to myself. I've never been in a position where I could quit a job and not have a job lined up. I've been laid off. I'm not saying I haven't been laid off, but that's different when that decision is made for you. But the times of quitting a job and I'll figure it out, I've never allowed myself that because I've always had to be so very responsible, take care of my daughter, make sure things were lined up. And so I've shared with you all that part of my tiny house journey was the reason I have wanted this lifestyle is to be able to be irresponsible. And when I say that, I always reference having had to be so responsible as a young adult. I had my daughter when I was 20. So the opportunity to feel like I'm being irresponsible, even though, still making responsible decisions. But my, my thought process has been not having to make decisions that were based on need as much as being able to make decisions based on want. And so to put in my notice, I've said from the beginning that I felt like my employment, the leadership at the organization was so much of what led me to experiencing a mini stroke in the first place. And logically, I could not envision going back um, to, and I think I shared this last week, like it would have felt like walking back into a burning building that you have had the opportunity to escape. And so that was logically not what I wanted to do, but my subconscious kept kind of pinging me to say, do you need to have that steady income that is, it is big income. Um, are you sure that's what you want to do? And I have, gone, the subconscious has, I've gone back and forth. Like, no, that doesn't make sense to go back. I've got this opportunity, even though, and I say opportunity, like it's difficult to refer to um, being out on disability as opportunity. Um, but it is opportunity in a different, um, in thinking of opportunity in a different way. I don't guess opportunity always has to be the most joyous thing as you see an opportunity to escape. And that's what this has afforded me, an opportunity to escape. Um, Knowing that my plan to escape would not have worked. My plan had been to go out on, um, um, why can't I think of my word? To go out on like a mental health leave. And then I've determined that would not, based on the feedback from the company that manages the disability, they would not have approved it. So it had to be something major. It had to be something serious. I wouldn't wish a mini stroke on anybody. I didn't wish a mini stroke on myself. But it had to happen this way in order for um, me to be presented with the opportunity for escape. And I'm grateful for it. Even this navigating the new normal of my health has been enlightening. A lot of learning, a lot of self reflection, obviously, a lot of, like, I clarify this all the time because I get different messages of things I need to be eating and doing. I don't have like heart disease. I had a PFO, a hole in my heart that 1 in 4 people have. Um, and so it was not anything that I was not eating correctly or anything like that. This was caused from, I guess you could call it a birth defect, basically. And 1 in 4 people have this. So I don't wish any of that on anybody, but the learnings, and very grateful that it was a mini stroke and not a major stroke, so that it would give me an opportunity to take care of the things that could have potentially led to a major stroke. And so this is new. But I'm excited. I would be lying if I didn't say also nervous. This gives me the opportunity to focus on my tiny house stuff. This is kind of a backing into like as I've shared times before, when I was in the throes of employment, that I wanted to figure out how to get to focusing on my tiny house stuff full time, and this is it. Um, you put things in the universe. I guess sometimes you have to be specific about how you hope they occur, even though we don't get to control any of that. But this gives me that opportunity. And again, I cannot say I'm not nervous. I'm also, as I'm trying to focus on my tiny house stuff, also having to respect my body, because it is different. It is, my energy is different. My body requires rest. I've learned that some of my medications are also requiring rest. So even as I want to push and go and move and do things like I've done previously, it's different, and I have to respect and appreciate that. So um, That's another part of the birthday for me, because for things to align, that my last day is tomorrow, August the 5th, my birthday. I just feel like all of this is really full circle for me. So thank you very much. I thank you all for always being here and supporting and doing all the things, um, and being my community of support, because um, as I share tiny house stuff and do this work, I hear you all say how much I share with you all, but you all share a lot with me too, and I appreciate that. Um, yes, Michelle, I'm very, very excited about that. Um, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. This is the work that I feel is my purpose for sure, and it is like as I do my meditations, and it's always asking you to be sure you're aligned with your purpose, and I can't. As it as I learn about how purpose is less about you and more for other people, this is that work, and I agree that that is the purpose. Ella saying things are being put in place for purpose. You're about to experience abundance in all areas of your life. Thank you. I totally received that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Glam. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What else? Um, thank you, Celeste. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um, I appreciate that. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate you. Thank you, Robert. Sharon is saying, literally, it's leave that job or leave the earth. You made the right decision. I did the same. And that was absolutely it. The other piece of the decision for me, there's always a conversation about how stress kills. And people say it in, I don't know, not passing, but people say it very cavalier. And you don't really think of the literal sense of stress will kill. We say it kind of lighthearted, but stress actually kills. And I can speak to stress, the stress of a job, because I have shared. I started feeling something happening in my chest during my work day. And I told my doctor about it actually on December the 1st, and I experienced a mini stroke on December the 23rd. I had started talking to a therapist. I was trying to breathe through the day, and the rumbling that was happening in my chest only happened during the work day. Um, Stress kills. And I think about a friend who passed, and I was kind of handling his affairs, and his job's only concern was getting his laptop back. Um, there was no concern for the arrangements or the family or anything like that. It was getting his laptop back. And um, and as I think about my personal situation, I have been out of work since December the 23rd, and not once has my manager asked me how I'm doing, um, or even if you can't have the conversation. Like, I don't know, I don't understand why somebody couldn't have a conversation with somebody who's on leave, but to reach out and say, I hope you're well. And she's actually reached out to ask about work, but not once has she didn't even start with, how are you? Or I hope you're well. Just the general courtesies that you have in general conversation, meeting a stranger on the street, hello, how are you? That kind of stuff. Not once has she reached out to say that. And that for me was very telling. I'd almost been there a year. And so for you not once to say, I hope you're well, or how are you, um, really confirms what I already knew. And I have no respect for someone who can't have the basic concern for me and my health. And so, absolutely right. Literally, it's leave the job or leave the earth. And that was absolutely the right decision. Um, Kathy is saying, I understand your thoughts and applaud you for making the decision. I share your self query. You are blessed and it will all fall in place. Thank you so much. Yes, it is. Thank you, Anitra. It is one of those things where, as I have navigated this space over these 8 months, there have been so many things that have lined up and appeared and shown me, and people um, that have shown up that have shown me that I am moving in the right direction. Because sometimes, like, I think I might have joked here, living out there on that farm. Sometimes I have said I was literally outside one day, questioning like the direction, and this was before all of this happened, because I know my purpose is in this housing advocacy, the tiny house work, in the advocacy for our community. I know that's where my work is. And I was standing outside one day and just in the throes of like, how do I do this? How do I get to this space so that I can do this work? And I was joking with a friend, and I was like, I would really like for God to tell me. Like, I don't want to have to guess. And I was like, there's a whole field out here. We could do some burning bushes. He could write me a note in this field out here because it's just wide open. And so I have joked that I'd like to really feel like the direction is being provided, and I can gratefully say, none of the bushes caught on fire, and there wasn't a note in the field. But the way things keep lining up and keep showing me that I am moving in the right direction. So I appreciate you all. Um, Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is my rebirth day. Absolutely, Terry. Um, Happy birthday to you. Love catching blessings. Thank you so much. And the body does speak very clearly. We don't listen, and I am very much aware of the fact that I have to listen. Um, Thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you so much, WLJ. I appreciate you. Carolina Care Community, I'm out now on medical leave, and I'm now taking my steps because of you sharing. I'm looking to leave by the end of the year. Thank you so much. I'm glad for you. Uh, Thank you, Crystal. I, y'all know I'll cry. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. Um, Hi, Keisha. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Sandra. Yeah, wow about my boss. Um, again, it's just a basic common courtesies. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, the amazing energy. Welcome. Glad to have you here. R&R is saying, life has an interesting way of assisting you on the path you've already created for yourself. Beautiful blessings tend to sometimes come disguised. You are love and light. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rashida. Thank you so much. So y'all, it is 12:53. I am supposed to be at this appointment by 1 o'clock, and it is within 5 minutes. So I can, if I leave now, I can make it on time. I thank you, Michelle. Y'all know I will cry in a minute. That one got me. Um, I had so I'll say this and I'll go. I had someone saying to me that I share a lot, and they kept repeating over and over. You share a lot. And the way they were saying it, I knew they weren't saying it in a, I know they were saying it in a way where they felt like I was sharing too much. And I said to them that I don't want anybody else to have to experience what I've experienced. And if I can share the information and help other people from this health journey, also be able to navigate this space and to understand and to know what I'm going through, and to help them in their situation. That's why I share. And I explain that, it's for me to decide what I want to share. Like somebody else saying you share a lot, and the underlying thought for them to saying it in a way that they felt like I overshare, um, wasn't something that was bothering me. Maybe it would have bothered me before, but it didn't bother me this time. And so your comment is the exact same reason that I have shared, and I appreciate you sharing that um, so much, because that is exactly what I hope to accomplish in my sharing. I do have PayPal. It is my email address. Miss Bohemian Soul at Gmail is PayPal. Um, Sorry, Al. Now I'm sniffing. Absolutely. I appreciate you. I love you all so much. Um, Absolutely. Miss Bohemian Soul at gmail.com is my PayPal. Anitra is saying, some of us are in the situations we are in because people didn't share with us. Thank you for sharing. It is needed. Thank you so much. All right, I gotta go. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you all. I will talk to you all soon. I will keep you posted about how things go this afternoon. C. Robinson, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Um, Thank y'all so much. All right, happy Sunday, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.